Hello and welcome to my podcast. My name is Lin Masako Chang, and today I'm going to be talking about Straight White Men by Young-Jin Lee through the lens of utilitarianism. Now, you, Professor, saw my show, and so I wanted to take this opportunity to take another stab at the show from a more outside perspective lens. Now, we've been about 2 months from the show's opening and subsequent closing, so I wanted to talk about this play specifically because I'm really interested in how men in America are situated today with mental health, with privilege, with their relationship to women. I feel like it's all shifting, and I find it fascinating. So let's just dive right in. First off, a bit of background about the play. The title is deceiving because it starts talking about white privilege and then goes into mental health and family dynamics and what we owe each other as family members and as loved ones. The turning point of the play occurs when Matt starts crying in the middle of dinner. And his family members are kind of confused as to why this is happening. They think it's depression, student loans. Jake even thinks it's white guilt. I mean, they just throw around a bunch of theories. And I thought a lot about the need to be happy, our incessant need as human beings to feel fulfilled, to be happy. Aristotle said that eudaimonia is the highest human good, and you can do it through action and chasing virtue and pursuing virtue. But Matt asks the question in the play, why do I need to be happy? And that made me think a lot. Because happiness to one person could be completely different from happiness to another person.
Matt, what the hell happened last night? Alright, why'd you cry?
I don't think this is going to be a good night. Was it because of your financial situation?
No.
God, why can't a guy fucking cry if he wants to?
Guys can cry, but if they're unhappy,
Why do they have to be happy? And what if that's not what's important to
Who
them?
doesn't want to be happy?
Matt!
Matt, do you want to be happy?
I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean.
See? His mind doesn't even work that way. Why does he have to be selfish and focus on his own happiness?
It's not selfish to focus on your own happiness. I know this may be hard for you to grasp, but my happiness comes from me using my abilities to service something bigger than myself.
Oh, yeah. And who are you, sir?
My community. You know, my readers, my students.
Oh, come
Drew
on.
believes that he needs to save Matt. He has negative responsibility, which Williams said is the idea that I'm just as much responsible for things that I allowed to happen or fail to prevent. And for Drew, the stakes are incredibly high. Because later on in the play, he reveals that in grad school, he was suicidal. And he called Matt. And Matt was the person who convinced him to take a shower and then eat a sandwich and then slowly, little by little, get his act together. And then Drew started going to therapy, and then his whole life started to turn around. He believes that therapy can help Matt the same way that it helped him. And in a way, he feels indebted to Matt for saving his life. If Matt didn't pick up the phone, who knows what could have happened?
Please, just give it a shot. Please.
I understand. I'm okay.
So you want to keep going like this? You don't want anything better. You want a career to get on.
No.
Is it because you don't think you deserve
No,
one?
why do I have to have a career?
Fuck a career. I could get you to see a therapist who would do it pro bono.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not, Matt?
It would be unpleasant for me.
Okay. Why?
And wouldn't it be kind of like the conversation we're having right
Matt, you gotta help me out here. You gotta help me out here. I'm not gonna watch you destroy your life. I've been enabling you for too long, and I'm just not gonna do it. Commit to me that you'll take one positive step towards helping your life. One.
I can't do that.
If you can't, I can't. I can't have any more contact.
Matt is very tuned in to how each of his brothers are feeling because he has such an empathetic nature, and a lot of that was instilled into him by his mom. He was definitely the closest to the mom out of the three brothers, and he wanted to help people, but talks about this experience of going to Ghana when he was in Harvard. And he says that he was teaching people things that he didn't know how to do, and they didn't want to learn. And then he starts to realize that his impact on the world is not as big as he hoped it would be. He thought he would walk in, teach these villagers how to build houses, and their entire world would be rocked. But the realization that he's giving help to people who might not even want it sent Matt on this path of trying to work within the system to fix it, but doesn't realize that the system is broken. And in order to fix it, you have to tear it down and start up a whole new one. And these are just too big of a problem for one person to solve. So what's something tangible that Matt can do? He can move back home. He can help his dad. He can cook for his dad and help make Christmas feel like normal again. Things that he can see in front of him and things he can do with his hands rather than all this theoretical stuff that he was doing in grad school. But now he seems to be pretty content doing nothing. It's not helping people. It's not really helping himself. He's helping his family. But it's not like he's jumping for joy about it.
You keep insisting something is wrong with you.
Because I care about you, Matt.
I'm just trying to be useful. What is
You're
wrong
not
with that?
happy. Why don't you want that?
Honestly, everything was fine before you guys got here.
So you were loving doing temp work?
It's a decent organization. Somebody has to do what they have me do.
So you're okay with doing it forever?
I can't do it forever, Drew. It's a temp job.
Jesus Christ, nothing escapes the vortex of negativity.
He just said he feels good about what he's doing.
That's not possible.
Yes, it is. Why don't you get it? All our lives, guys like us have been told to get out the way so that other people can have a chance. Matt's actually doing what they want. It's noble.
I'm not being noble.
Yes, you are. You're making copies for the oppressed. You just don't feel noble because nobody appreciates it. But all your minority coworkers are probably too focused on their ambition to notice you're there.
Jake, you believe that Matt is trying to make the world better by sabotaging himself?
Yes!
I don't buy it.
That's because no one else would do it. That's a free
Jake,
Wait, no, I mean that as a compliment.
Now, this is a complete contrast to Jake, who is an egoistic hedonist. He wants to engage in life's highest pleasures. And he supports Matt for being a martyr. He thinks that Matt is making space for marginalized people by not working. And even though Jake is a rich banker and he takes advantage of every opportunity, he thinks that Matt is doing the work that he's too cowardly to do himself.
I don't believe the things you all think that I believe.
So what do you believe?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
So you don't even have your own principles. You're a loser for no reason.
Hey.
Wait, hang up! Answer my question. Are you a loser for no reason?
If you say so.
Well, then you might as well be dead.
Whoa, Jake.
Look what? For the past 3 days, I have been defending you and fucking looking up to you for having the courage of your convictions. You made me feel horrible about myself, but you made me feel better about everything else. And now it turns out you're not doing anything. You're just giving into the hopelessness of it all, being a loser for no reason.
Right, Jake,
Look, it's
stop.
Drew's right. I'd be appalled if Olivia or Miles gave up their talent for no reason whatsoever. So what? You're a poor little white boy who doesn't want to take a check from his dad. You're a poor little white boy who doesn't know how to use his fucking degree. Who fucking cares about that guy who's not? Get the fuck off me! Look, Matt. Are you quitting? Are you giving up?
If you say so.
And I would say that Jake is a rule utilitarian because he's concerned with the general happiness of the people around him and society. And he believes wholeheartedly that being a straight white guy is a burden to everyone else in the room. And he has a big speech at the end of Act 3 where he says that he doesn't bring women of color or black people at work to client meetings because that's not what the clients want. And he even had a black wife and his children were half black. And he has this immense guilt about excluding people from his work who look like his family. And he doesn't know how to deal with that. Now, Ed is an act utilitarian because one of my favorite lines he says in the play is, sometimes you help people not because you like them, but because they need help. And for him, it's going to Mrs. Johnson's house and bringing her cookies. It's hiring that kid across the street to shovel the driveway. It's being a good neighbor and helping your community. And I think in a lot of ways, Ed is the closest to a good person in the play as we can get. But he's also very clueless and doesn't know that much about his sons. Spent a lot of time at work growing up, so the mom really did a lot of the raising and teaching. Now, I'm not sure what I would do if my family were in this situation, but I will say that it wouldn't get that far. But once again, I'm not a straight white man. This is a situation I don't think I'd ever find myself in. But you never know. All you can do is try your best. There's no one-size-fits-all solution to being happy. I think that it comes with trial and error, just like many things do. Anyway, thank you for listening to my podcast. That concludes Straight White Men Through the Lens of Utilitarianism. Please stay tuned for next time.